G'day guys, welcome back to another episode. You're watching Flashlight Crazy. Pocket carry, it's at it again. I warned ya. I have the Riva Citadel here. This is the anodized titanium. It has a blue switch boot. It is just absolutely beautiful. 3,500K of just love coming out of that. And this is, I'm very honest with my pocket carries, guys. I know I've only just started doing it, but you're going to see this a lot. That's the thing. This has become my favorite pocket carry. It's 16,340. I just feel like I'm going to be repeating myself, but this is currently my favorite light. Look at that. H17F driver. I mean, just stop it. All right, so that is my pocket carry for the day. Riva Citadel. Absolutely beautiful. Milled clip. Thank you very much. But the topic of discussion today is the Acebeam L35 versus the Acebeam L35 v2.0. Let's check it out. All right, here they both are. So what I've done is I've got the 2.0 in the OD green and then the original L35 in the black, just so we can differentiate, very, very easily. Now, the batteries are identical. So here we've got 21700, 5000 milliamp hour, 3.7 volts. They are both onboard charging here with USB-C cords. And I'm not going to check the accessories because they're the same. It's just the standard, lanyard, charger, O-rings, holster, that type of stuff. So we will just install the batteries now and get down to the nitty-gritties because there are some differences. These two lights look pretty much identical, although there is a couple of major differences in the aesthetics, but their differences go far beyond what they actually look like. So starting with the faces, look at the difference there with the optics, okay? So the V2.0 has got this kind of frosted, larger TIR optic there. Whereas the standard, it's got a kind of flood optic down the bottom there that gets pushed out into a TIR. So check out the differences with those two there. And I'll just give you maybe that one there. Now, this optic is going to give you more candela because the V2.0 just has more candela. But underneath the optics, which we can't see right now, you do have different emitters. So the V2.2 actually has a Cree XHP 70.3 high, and the original has a Cree XHP 70.2 P4. So they are slightly different emitters, and the biggest difference I believe you'll see in these two emitters is the throw versus the flood. There's more flood in the V1, more throw in the V2, and the color temperature. Over here, you definitely have 6,000 plus Kelvin, and over here you've got, it's very neutral. It's probably around 5,000 or even a bit warmer. All right, so bezels. Well, I'd imagine that if I got the black version of this, it would look exactly the same, but OD green has a black bezel and the black version has a stainless steel silver bezel. The heads are identical. The necks are identical. You have a side switch here. Side switches on both are, you can activate the light on both. So I'll just get them both to low. There we go. And you can also turn it off. You have a battery level indicator in the exact same spot. You have heat sinks in the exact same spot. Now, interesting, Cree LED powered you have in the V2 and you don't have any writing like that in the V1, except you do have the same Acebeam L35 2.0 here and L35 here. Now, bodies, exactly the same. Pocket clips, exactly the same. Very, very tense pocket clips, very amazing pocket clips. Very comfortable lights, guys. These lights are so comfortable. In fact, the L35 still remains my favorite Acebeam light. Absolutely, it is my favorite Acebeam light. But now the V2s come along, we got to do this test, because I need to know which is better. Now, both of them come with a tactical ring here for cigar grip, but you can remove that if you want on both, and you have a lanyard hole on both of the tactical cigar grip rings there, just one there and one there, if you can see that. Now, here's a bit of a difference. we have an unshrouded tail cap on the standard V1. I'll just call it the V1, okay? So unshrouded tail cap on the V1, shrouded tail cap on the V2. So what does that do? Well, boom, boom, that is a game changer, because if you're going to use this for camping, which a lot of people I think will, it would make a great camping light, you are going to want tail standing. Now, I have seen the night shots. To be honest, I genuinely believe that the color temperature and the spread of light would be a better camping light in this torch. But the tail standing factor, oh man, that is a must for a camping light, I reckon. It's just a must for anywhere. If you just want to use it as, you know, a candle, if you want to use it as a tent light. I mean, tail standing is pretty much a must for a camping light. However, I haven't actually tried this yet, but I'm going to try it on camera. I wonder what happens if I swap the tail caps. Will it still work? I know the side switch will still work because that's coming from different mechanics. We'll just test it. Yep. But what about the tail cap? It does. Cool. So you can have the V1 to tail stand. You just need to take a tail cap from the V2, which is pretty cool. So what is the real difference between these two? And look, I'm not going to waste your time. It's the night shots. That's what it is. It's the night shots. So I'll just show you. Okay, so there is the difference in color temperature there. Now, I much prefer the V1 color temperature. I much do that. That warm yellow is just bloody beautiful. Now, this is a low output, not the lowest output, okay? So I'll get you on the lowest output, press and hold from off. That's the lowest output. That there is 1 lumen. You're going to get that for 12 days on both lights. Then if I press and hold, it's going to cycle up. You've got 80 lumens over here for 33.5 hours. You've got 70 lumens here for 33.5 hours. Then if I press and hold and cycle up again, you've got 230 lumens here for 12 hours and 40 minutes. 200 lumens here for 12 hours and 40 minutes. Cycling up again, 800 lumens here for 4 hours. 650 lumens here for 4 hours. Cycling up again, 1800 lumens here for an hour and a half with 370 meters of throw. 1500 lumens here for an hour and a half with 244 meters of throw. And lastly, oh, that's right. So you cycle, it goes down so it won't get to turbo because that was high. But for turbo, 1, 2, 1, 2. God, okay. So 5,000 lumens here for 1 minute, then 1800 lumens for 1 hour and 15 minutes. You will get 650 meters of throw because it's pushed out by 105,625 candela. Over here, you also have 5,000 lumens for 1 hour and 15 minutes. That's all it says. Maybe this doesn't step down. I don't believe it, but whatever. You will get 480 meters of throw pushed out by 57,600 candela. So double the candela over here, okay? But not double the distance. Now, are these getting hot? Oh yeah, you better believe it. So, whoa, man. Okay, so these two necks get so hot. Now, what is the problem with that? Well, that basically means that on turbo, you need to hold them back here in the body or cigar grip them. Now, that's not too bad because the tail switches on both of them get them straight to turbo. And that's it. That is all they do. Tail switches, momentary or constant on turbo, 5,000 lumens. It's partly why I love this light because you can access everything you need to from the side switch, on and off from the side switch, all of that. But if you want instant turbo, no stuffing around, you just smash down the tail cap, guys. So fantastic there. Both of these will survive a 1 meter drop and both of them will survive 5 meters underwater. Yes, you heard that correctly. 5 meters. So in terms of the performance, before we do scoot off to the night shots, it's mainly, I mean, the runtime doesn't really come into it because it's a matter of, it's really not much at all. The lumen outputs are not very different, like a few hundred here and there, but then when it's turbo, it's the same. So it is literally just the throw and color temperature. That's all it is. So let's jump out to the night shots so we can really see the difference between these two. And then we'll come back and have a chat about where to buy them, the prices, but also what my preference would be. And we'll go through some of the characteristics of the night shots. All right, see you in a sec. Alrighty, first up, that is the original L35. Take note of the color tint. Take note of the large hotspot and just enormous spread of light. Definitely take note of the tint and the spread, particularly in the hot spot. Look at that hot spot. Gorgeous, beautiful tint, heaps and heaps and heaps and heaps of light. Enormous hot spot. Great spread. Look at that, that's a good one. Throws pretty good. All right, let's go to the V2. There it is. So, what are we seeing? A tighter beam, whiter light, tighter hotspot, spread seems the same. Spread definitely seems the same, but whiter light and a tighter hotspot indeed. Yep. Jeez, this is hard, man. This is hard to tell because the V2's definitely got more throw on it. There's no doubt about that. More intensity in the hotspot, no doubt. But I like the color beam of the V1. If the V2 had the color beam of the V1, I'd be sold on the V2. Sold. I don't know why they didn't give it the same color temperature. Damn. Missed opportunity, I reckon. But that's still very, very impressive and I'm loving it. What's your decision, guys? V1, V2, V1, V2. All right, see ya. All right, so before we get into the night shots, because we could get into the weeds a little bit there, from lightshop.com.au, $154 or 155 bucks Australian, 175 bucks Australian. So $20 extra, just saying. Now, let me just get real close and personal and let's look at these on the wall. So there we have the tint very clearly of the L35 V1. Now here is the tint of the L35 V2. Smaller hotspot, obviously tighter hotspot, obviously brighter hotspot as well. So after watching the night shots, after doing the night shots, for like me doing it, what am I thinking and why about these lights? Okay, let me walk you through my thought process. The extra flood that you do get in the L35 V1 is my preference. It's not that you don't see everything with the V2, because you do, but for what I would want these lights for, I'm thinking camping, right? So just stick with me with camping. With camping, for me, I would bring something like this over something like this. Now, why? Because I want to see a more even spread of light covering as many trees and as much of the wilderness as I can. But also, the color temperature is very, very important to me with this. This is a freezing cold color temperature. Now, I love the distance that this gives, and I love the fact that it tail stands. But if I was going to go camping, I'd buy 2 of these. I'd take the tail cap from the V2, chuck it on the V1, so I've got tail standing, and head out with just this. The beam profile of the V2 doesn't really need tail standing to me, whereas the beam profile of the V1 does, because it's warmer and it's more of a spread. So if you're gonna want to tail stand it and have it shining up, you want a spread. You don't want to just stand a light up and just shine straight up. Now, I don't want to be mistaken here. I'm not saying that this is like, only goes out like straight. You saw the night shots. There's heaps of peripheral light here, absolutely heaps. And I've had a lot of time to think about it, and I actually think I may have even mentioned that I prefer the V2 over the V1. But if I did say that, I was tripping. I'm wrong. The V1 with the color temperature that it offers and the bit more of a spread is my preference for most uses, to be honest. If I want the distance, I'll get the L19 Acebeam, or I'll just get some other epic thrower. But I just feel like the L35 V1 is so unique in what it offers in its color temperature and in its spread that the V2 doesn't beat it. Now the V2 is a brilliant light, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't beat it for me. Love to hear your thoughts in the comments about what you think about these lights. I will link them both at lightshop.com.au. You can just click on the link and just go check them out, buy them, don't buy them, do whatever, I don't care. But they will be available there, and I'll chuck some discount codes as well. All right, guys, thanks very much for watching. Until next time, stay cool and stay safe. See ya.